Welcome back to Jabroni Drive. Welcome back to the channel. RXR here to bring you another WWE Ultimate Edition unboxing video. Today we have the Ultimate Edition Target exclusive Rey Mysterio Jr. in the house. This was the 1997 Halloween Havoc. Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Eddie Guerrero. Title versus mask. Let's do what we do best here on Jabroni Drive. Let's talk about wrestling. Let's unbox Rey here. Let's go to work. Alright, we have Rey Mysterio Jr. here. As you can see, that purple attire with the top. Usually he just wore the tights, no shirt. But this time at Halloween Havoc 97, this was the attire. A little bit different than the norm for Rey Mysterio Jr. Obviously we have Cruiserweight Championship. Just one pair of hands. Just one. I think that's a belt that he wears out. And then he has one extra head sculpt where it looks like you can have somebody ripping. Zoom in a little bit. And you can have someone ripping that mask off. And then you got this extra. Kind of like how Rey always comes out with that extra mask he puts on a fan. I don't remember him doing that though during these times. But he must have worn an extra mask out sometimes. But let's keep going. Let's take them out of the box. Well, let's see the side. So the Target exclusives always have like this yellowish outline around the wrestler or the superstar. So that's a little differentiate. I can't even say the word. A little bit of a difference between the Target versions and other versions, I guess, right? Is it Target that has the Legends series? Are all the Target figures Legends? That might be a thing. I'm trying to see where's Vader at. Vader's is a legend. I believe Yokozuna's is a legend. That might be a thing with the Target ones, is that they're legend. WWE legend. Yeah, the Dusty, I think, is Dusty Target? He might be Target. Just looking over here at all my Ultimates, and I'm just seeing what's what. I think that, yeah, the Randy Savage is a Target one. So yeah, I believe that the legend ones are all Target exclusive. And then the Walmart ones are, I believe, yeah, I think the WCW or the Walmart ones are all like Monday Night Wars, like WWF versus WCW and like 98, 99 type era. Yeah, the Undertaker's a Target, the Legend one. That's a Target. That's interesting. I didn't really notice that before. And then there's fan takeovers. And then there's ringside exclusives, which a lot of the time it looks like those are tag teams, like the Dudleys and the NWO and the Steiner Brothers ringside exclusive. I don't know. And then I think Amazon likes to do. They like to have like their individual wrestlers. I can't really see any Amazon ones right now, but they like to do those. What are those called? What are those called? Dang it! The retro ones. The retro Ultimates. I forget what they're called. Coliseum Collection. Amazon likes to have those double packs. But let's keep going. We've been talking enough. Let's open up right. Well, we haven't read the back of the box yet. Here's the back of the box. Obviously, you can see the match with Eddie Guerrero going on. Crazy matchup. Let's see, 5-6. His finisher was not the West Coast Pop during these times. I think back in these days, I don't know what his finisher was, but I know that he liked to use the head scissors takedown and then like pin you out of that, like hook the leg. I think that's how he beat Eddie Guerrero. He did that off the top of rope, I believe. And then he pinned him like that. WCW, that's his own, but yet they'll say his credential is the Cruiserweight Championship only here. No world title mention. Then they also say he's a Hall of Famer though, so that's kind of weird. Let's see, the rivalry between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero is the stuff of legends. They made their mark on the world at Halloween Havoc 1997 in a mask versus title match for the Cruiserweight Championship. In the end, the heroic Rey Mysterio walked away as the champion in what is widely considered one of the best matches in WCW history. Is that right? You tuned into WCW, I'd be tuning in to see like Sting and DDP and stuff. Maybe the NWO. Like when I first started watching. But really, like right when you started watching, like those cruiserweight matches, they'd like to open up the show a lot with those matches, and those just blew me away. It seems like that's the style everyone thinks that a main event player is supposed to have now, is the cruiserweight style from 1998 WCW. No, but it was awesome. So let's open up Rey here. Enough ranting. Boom, that's him in the plastics. I already cut the tape, so we don't have to cut the tape. That's annoying. But we still have to cut him out. Got the dang twist ties on there. There he is, Rey Mysterio Jr. Alright, let's take Rey out. I never show you guys me pulling this out of the plastic really, but they're kind of hard to get. And they're not really hard to get out, but you can't just pull them out. You gotta just like pull the limbs out a little bit. Maybe press here on the hands. And then you can kind of like pull him out, like help him out, like he's coming out of the grave like the Undertaker. And he's out. That's him. Here's your Rey Mysterio Jr. here. Dude, this thing's pretty awesome. It's like a small figure. I'd like to see him next to Andre, but I haven't even opened Andre yet. Zoom in. Get some details up in here. Look at that. Wearing some, I don't know, black paint under the eyes. Is that what he does now? I don't know. Or was it just for this attire? You know what attire I liked from WCW that I would rather have? Because this was cool, but I always liked the one where it was like Spider-Man inspired, where he's like the blue tights, and I guess they did like a WWE version of that attire, but the WCW one's where it's at. That was always in like the Aki games. They always had that. They had that in World Tour in Revenge, so that was a good one. They used to call him at one point in WCW, he was the Giant Killer. Because he beat Kevin Nash. I think Kevin Nash might have been in charge of the booking or something, but they tried to, you know, when it was too late for them, then they started pushing new guys to the top. Like little itty bitty Rey. I don't know. I don't think Rey could beat Kevin Nash. I mean, I guess if you were like really playing with your food, sure. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm a kid, so I accept anything they would present to me. I didn't care now. Now we're just all like judgmental of everything. Like they should have did it how I think they should have done it. Man, this Rey figure, man. Pretty sweet. Let's take a look at some of the other accessories before we end this vid. Well, obviously for starters, we got ourselves the WCW World Cruiserweight Wrestling Champion. The belts always say Wrestling Champion. It's not just you're the World Champion. The belts always say you're the Wrestling Champion, but they always leave that part out. But I like to say that because it's cool. Look at the side plates, dude. I love these side plates, how they're like long. What's that have on it? Like an Earth, the continents, and then WCW over it? That's awesome. I was always a fan of the Cruiserweight title. I believe once WWF had bought out WCW, I think they made their own version of it, because they always had the light heavyweight title in WWE at one point. So eventually, I think they had the Cruiserweight title and the light heavyweight title. They might have combined them. Maybe it was X-Pac was the one that combined them. I don't know. But eventually they got their own version of this that looks pretty similar. But I think it just has a different color scheme. And obviously it doesn't say WCW on it. But this is a nice belt. Does this belt kind of look like the Continental title from AEW? Isn't this kind of the same shape? Because in a way the Continental title kind of looks like the old school Intercontinental title. But it also kind of looks a lot like this. Like does it have like these spiky things on top? Maybe. I don't know, we'd have to do a side-by-side comparison, but I ain't got no AEW titles or AEW figures. I ain't got no room for all that. Alright, let's check out this. We got a couple more accessories for you guys. The extra head sculpt. So in the match, I believe that Eddie Guerrero tried ripping the mask off of Rey. Look at that. There's like damage from it. You're gonna have Eddie ripping off the mask. So that's pretty sweet. And then we have this belt thing that you can put around his waist. I'm not sure which way it goes. Not sure how this actually, well, obviously I know how it goes on. I don't know the direction of the symbol. Is it on his back? I'll have it backwards. Might be on his back. I can see that being on the back side. So we'll do that for now. Velcro's on. Boom. Does that look right? Or do you think it's on the front? I don't know. You can probably see it. It probably shows it right on the box art. On the box art, do they have it on? Yeah. Well, Look at that. In real life, he does not have that on the front unless it moved around. But then on the box art, it has the symbol on the front. But I could just look up his entrance and see what it really was all about. We'll put it right here. It's cool. I mean, I can see this too. This is fine. Look at that. Look, it looks pretty awesome, huh? Then we have the last accessory. Besides the hands, I don't need to show the hands. We got this extra mask. I don't know. I think he wore this out to the ring. This is interesting. What is this? What is the point of this? Why is it so like big? Like the features on it are like huge. It looks like an alien. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe he's supposed to be some type of like alien. What is this supposed to be from? Is this supposed to be from something? Because it is Halloween Havoc. Like it's supposed to be like a monster, some mythical creature. I don't know, but yeah, this is your Rey. And then it has this thing you can like put it in his hands, maybe. Also, here's a little tip, if you got figures, is that if you run their body, because it says it on like some of like, I don't know, the Japanese figures I have, if you run some of the accessories, like the hands, like if you have a hard time like putting their hands on or getting something off or loosening something, run their body part under hot water and it makes it loose. Then it's like easier to manipulate. It actually works. It's legit. That Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio. When's Rey Mysterio Jr. gonna get a title shot? That's the real question. Why does he never ask for title shots? Like, why is he never like, I want to be world champion again? Obviously, Dom would probably run in. Dom's injured, actually, so it would be perfect time for you to like ask for a world title shot against like CM Punk. I want to challenge you, Punk. And Punk would be like, yeah, I want to wrestle the best. Remember Punk when he used to be a heel, he would wrestle Rey Mysterio a lot. I'm pretty sure they had a WrestleMania match. Not sure which WrestleMania it was. I'm going to guess 26. Did he take on Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 26? Because at 27, CM Punk faces, I believe, Randall. No, Randy, does he? I don't even remember. Yeah, I think Randy Orton at WrestleMania 27. I think. Yeah, CM Punk versus Randy. Yeah, I think that was WrestleMania 27. But yeah, here it is. Here's your Rey Mysterio Jr. I mean, I ain't got much left to say about it. Guess the Cruiserweight Championship. Put that around his waist. Pretty sweet, huh? He didn't actually go in as champion. I think Eddie Guerrero went in as a champion. I like to pose him like how, like, realistically, like, okay, he didn't win the title until after the match, so let's pose him like he is after the match with the belt. You don't have to do this. I don't know. I'm just being weird, I guess. It's kind of hard to get their belts on sometimes. I kind of wish they just had Velcro for the belts. It'd be easier. So then you could kind of be more, I don't know. Don't really matter, I guess. In real life, they started using Velcro and everyone started going crazy. It's like, why? What's the big deal? Like, why does it matter? You want to tell me why it matters? Huh? Check it. Check it out. Rey Mysterio Jr. Cruiserweight Champion, baby. I don't even know who he drops the belt to eventually, but... So, dude, they used to drop these belts all the time. Like the TV title and the Cruiserweight title, those things would be hot potato. Like the people would have those belts for no time, and then they just drop it. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, like during like Monday Night Wars era. But yeah, this is your Rey. So if you like this content, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, maybe. We'll be back in here with some more videos in the future. I don't know what Ultimate Edition figure I'm going to do next, but probably the next couple weeks it's going to be probably some video game figures. I'll do Princess Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Figma. How about Kirby? Good Smile Company, Nendroid. That's what we got coming up in the future. Probably do Zelda next, and then Kirby. Unless I get an Ultimate in the mail. I'm supposed to get a Shawn Michaels Ultimate Edition, like 94. Royal Rumble Shawn Michaels. I don't know if I really want that one. I think I want the 95 one. I don't need a million Shawn Michaels figures, but... yeah, I'll see you people on the next one, jabronis.